WWE United States champion Logan Paul discusses past issues with The Rock. Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson is one of the most recognizable names in both wrestling and Hollywood today, and by many accounts is a beloved figure. However, according to Logan Paul during a recent episode of Impulsive with special guest John Cena, Johnson had a falling out with him. According to Paul, he looked up to both Cena and Johnson and described Rock as his hero. Eventually, he met Johnson, and the two created content together, and he ultimately considered the veteran a good acquaintance. However, once his controversial incident in Japan's Aokigahara forest happened, Johnson cut him off. DG was one of the people I hurt because of his mother's experience, and I hurt him so much so that he basically wanted nothing to do with me. And rightfully so, I let down my hero. He requested that I remove all the content that we've ever done together and kicked me to the curb. Paul continued, revealing he wasn't directly contacted by Johnson to sever their ties, but a publicist, and that this is something he still holds a grudge about today. I don't think I've ever been able to truly let go of that. I've got a lot of stuff to work through in terms of that, and I'm not sure where to go in terms of reconciliation. I know we're going to cross paths, and I just wonder how I'm going to handle it. After hearing Paul's story, Cena attempted to give the young star some advice, reminding him about his recent woes with Dylan Dennis and how he handled that situation, and suggested that Paul be the one to forgive first. I think it starts with your ability to forgive, and if you can get yourself to a place where you honestly can say, I forgive, then I think you can begin the foundation to move forward. The best storylines in wrestling are the ones that blur the line between reality and fiction. It's when the audience doesn't know if the animosity in the ring is as a result of terrific acting or because the performers actually want to tear each other's throats out. Then there are the cases when wrestlers might not even have a rivalry on screen, but absolutely loathe each other backstage, like regular coworkers. Due to many wrestlers still believing in the principles of kayfabe, a lot of real-life grudges don't always get spoken about or addressed. After all, they want the audiences to still maintain the belief that what they're watching is real, so there's no need to demystify it by revealing secrets. Yet, like that annoying coworker who insists on whistling MJF's theme song before every single meeting, there will be a breaking point, and the hate will flow in a kind of way that delights Emperor Palpatine. So let's take a look at pro wrestlers who would love nothing more than to smash a chair over the other's head for real. Considering Bret the Hitman Hart's history with another bald, goateed wrestler who wore simple black trunks, one would have expected him and Goldberg to make magic in WCW. Hart saw stars while wrestling Goldberg at Starrcade 1999 alright, though they were all his as a stiff kick from his opponent gave him a stinging concussion. Unfortunately, this concussion compounded with other similar injuries that Hart suffered resulted in him having to retire from in-ring competition indefinitely. During an episode of Steve Austin's Broken Skull Sessions via comicbook.com, Hart revealed that he had spoken to Goldberg before their match and had asked him to not do anything dangerous in the ring. Goldberg, to me, was one of the most unprofessional wrestlers there ever was in the business, he said. For Bill Goldberg to be in the Hall of Fame, he hurt everybody he worked with. You might as well wrestle a real gorilla. Goldberg addressed Hart's comments in an interview with Inside the Ropes, emphasizing the straight kick was an accident, and if he had wanted to hurt his opponent for real, Hart wouldn't be able to talk about it. CM Punk faced many opponents during his 434-day WWE Championship reign, having stepped in the ring with the likes of Daniel Bryan, Chris Jericho, and The Rock. No one thought it would be his battles against Ryback that would become dirt sheet fodder. Appearing on Colt Cabana's The Art of Wrestling podcast, Punk laid into Ryback, stating how working with the former Skip Sheffield took decades off his life. I'm already beat up, and I have to wrestle steroid guy, and he's I call it like I see it, Punk said. He's very hurty, sometimes deliberate. There was one time he kicked me in the stomach as hard as he could, and he broke my ribs, right at the tail end, and I never got an apology for that. Ryback responded by taking digs at Punk on social media. He revealed on Ryback TV that he will continue to do this because Punk's comments about him were inaccurate and hurt him from a professional standpoint. After Punk announced that he had to have surgery in the week in which he won the AEW World Championship, Ryback took to Twitter and posted, "Karma rules." It doesn't appear like these two will be attending a Living Color concert together in the immediate future, that's for sure. Hurricane Helms and Shawn Michaels experienced different careers in the WWE. While Helms certainly had some memorable moments with his superhero gimmick and teaming up with The Rock, he never had the title reigns or fanfare that turned the Heartbreak Kid into the showstopper, the main event, the icon. However, Helms didn't think that HBK was quite as good as he made himself out to be, tweeting out in 2011, "Ric Flair got over people that absolutely sucked. Shawn hadn't gotten over anyone but himself in the last decade." A fan took issue with Helms' comment, asking him why he chose to come at Michaels so strongly. Helms replied that HBK had harmed his career simply because he could and added that Michaels loved to lie for his own benefit. In 2019, Helms told 411 Wrestling Interviews podcast that he didn't have heat with Michaels anymore, since the two were working for WWE behind the scenes and getting on well with one another. No more today. What are you thinking about this gossip today? Let us know in the comments, and stay tuned by subscribing to our channel to get more updates like this. Thank you.